others have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Everywhere.
Can you hear me now? Everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes, right from your Android or iPhone. Download the Radio Cayman app now on your Android or iOS phone.
The Radio Cayman app
is where you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere you go.
Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go.
Find it in the Google Store, the Apple Store, or use the link at www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Yes, now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host, Charles Glidden.
Up next on Talk Today, we continue our discussion about 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, and we hear about Christmas plans for East End. And we have some open line just for you. Talk Today is next on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden. I'm glad that you could tune in. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and ready to start a brand new week. Last night, my wife and I went over to a friend's house to celebrate Cayman Thanksgiving. Yeah, our friend, who is actually a very good cook, she was very apologetic because she had not cooked up, the full Caymanian traditional food. She had taken a shortcut with turkey and ham. So she was apologizing, but it didn't matter. We all loaded up our plates and gave thanks and enjoyed the company for the night. So I hope you celebrated Cayman Thanksgiving. Give thanks for what was really a fantastic hurricane season for us here in Cayman, not for our neighbors, but at least we could say that we were unscathed during the season and give thanks for that. And it's a sunny December afternoon here in Georgetown, and I guess people are planning all the Christmas parties. Have they started yet? Maybe this weekend coming up, right?
Yep.
Yes. So people will be partying. Remember to keep it safe. Keep it safe. Well, in our first segment this afternoon, the campaign against gender violence continues, and we are in the midst of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. And joining me to discuss efforts to curb gender-based violence is Carolyn Bramwell, Senior Policy Analyst in the Ministry of Social Development, and Elizabeth Owens. She's a detective sergeant with the RCIPS and also with the British Overseas Territories Women in Policing Network. Ladies, good afternoon. welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Yes. So I know we talked last week about digital gender violence, and we learned it's quite a problem, especially among teenagers. Give me a little picture here of your perspectives.
So, first of all, let me go back to even the festive season as we were talking about that. You were talking about that just a minute ago. Sometimes we tend to forget that everybody may not experience the festive season the same way, in that happy sort of go-lucky way that we expect it to. And so during Christmas, domestic violence and all sorts of abuses continue. So we have to remember that. So when we talk about this particular campaign, the 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence, this is a United Nations global campaign, and it runs from the 25th of November to the 10th of December. The 25th of November is recognized as the International Day of Elimination of Violence Against Women and Girls, and then the 10th of December is Human Rights Day. So they join this campaign, sort of, joins with those two bookends sort of thing. So in terms of digital abuse, this year, that's a theme, ending digital abuse, digital violence. And one of the reasons why that particular theme was actually chosen by the UN is because this is one of the fastest growing forms of abuse. And you can imagine that because everybody has a cell phone, everybody has access to the internet, there is AI now, so you can do deep fakes and all of these different sorts of ways of using people's images and so forth, and misusing them, even without sometimes their knowledge. So it's not only, yes, teenagers are affected, but right across the spectrum of ages, persons can be affected. If you think about even going back this year, we had our elections. Within that context as well, a lot of parliamentarians across the world are affected by this as well, because people will again use their images, their public images are out there, and just contort them in any way that they can.
You really can't believe anything you see online.
Exactly. So this is why this is so very, very important. One, for persons to know how to protect themselves, how to report it, and also then what are the bigger picture ways, what are the national ways that we are actually also helping people to protect themselves from cybercrime, essentially.
Well, since you were talking about it, not everyone experiences the Christmas season the same way. From the police standpoint, do you see a spike or do you see a dip when the holidays come around? Is there any difference in the incidents? Number of incidents?
We certainly do see a number of incidents escalating over the Christmas
Really?
period. And it's pretty much any sort of holiday that happens with Easter or any sort of celebration that is a local event. But Christmas and New Year particularly, because this is the time where there's can be financial restraints. More people are at home because they've taken time off, and the kids are off from school. So there can be lots of different tensions that are normally diverted because of other activities going on in their everyday life, and Christmas can bring all that and manifest it, and it doesn't always make it into a joyful occasion for people. So yes, certainly we see Christmas, just like it gets busy on the roads, it gets busy with those calls for service to the police.
And I guess the alcohol doesn't help either, right?
Yes, I was just going to say, mixing the alcohol into that, whether you're eating it in your fruitcake or drinking it.
And then there's also pressures financially people feel. And Christmas can also, it's a time for joy, but it also can bring in perhaps trauma or unhappy memories, and people reflect, and they don't always reflect positively about their life or their circumstances, and then that directs onto other people. So it certainly is a time when we've got more patrols out. We've got Operation Winter Garden that's out at the weekends, particularly to be present on our streets and in the communities.
We have to take a little break here. Stay with me. We'll be right back.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
At Mise en Place & Co., it's more than food. It's tradition rising from the bake shop. It's community coming together at the Barista Cafe. It's time back for the things you love with Boxed. It's knowing they'll eat well because of Yum. It's memories being made with Mise en Place events, and it's a moment shared over a slice of Gino's pizza. Because everything we make, from our kitchens to your table, is made right here in Cayman. Explore Mise en Place & Co.'s family of brands at miseenplace.ky.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Tune in to Radio Cayman's sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, keeping the island connected with the music you love and the vibes you grew up with. Switch over and stay with us. Breeze 105.3 FM, always here for you.
Cayman, it's time to go further than you ever thought possible. The Ministry of Education and Training is now accepting applications for the overseas scholarships. Your chance to access up to CI $35,000 per year to earn a world-class education abroad. This is more than funding. It's an investment in you, your talent, your goals, your future. Applications close 31st of January 2026. Visit moescholarships.gov.ky and apply today. Greatness begins with one decision. Make yours now.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and in the studio with me right now is Carleen Bromwell, Senior Policy Analyst with the Ministry of Social Development, and Elizabeth Owens, she's the Detective Sergeant with the RCIPS. And we're talking about gender-based violence and taking a focus today on digital violence. Tell us a little bit about that. We had it last week, but recap it for us. What's the basis of gender violence? I mean, the digital.
So digital violence can be online harassment, cyber stalking, image-based deepfake abuse, violent pornography, trolling, threats, blackmail, digital dating abuse. So you might have taken a picture in the best of circumstances, and then perhaps you may break up with somebody and then they decided to get revenge on you by then putting an intimate picture on the internet. So all of these things can be used to threaten people, can be used to silence people, intimidation, all of that sort of stuff. So it's a whole range of different activities. Online grooming is another thing that can be very problematic when we're talking about children or even, people who are older as well. And things like identity theft, which I'm sure if you haven't experienced it, you probably know somebody who has. So all of these things, it's so easy these days just to use somebody's image. A friend of mine the other day was just using an AI tool. She took my face from a picture that I had given her, and just in fun, she was sort of making up different versions of me, and it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Funny but scary at the same time, because if that was used in a really destructive way, I wouldn't have had any control over it really at that point if I don't have the skills to know what I can turn on and off in terms of sharing personal information that way. But the important thing also to know is that this is a crime. If it affects people emotionally, it affects people reputationally, it can affect them financially, etc. So when somebody really reports that this happens, we need to take it seriously, both as from an individual point of view and from a community point of view as well.
Is the police seeing more and more of this in Cayman?
Yes, and it can, as I said, it can take on a variety of forms, the way that online abuse can happen. And sometimes people don't necessarily recognise it. So if somebody's demanding your password or withholding things with your phone, this can all be forms of digital abuse. It doesn't necessarily have to be what people might perceive to be the traditional stalking or harassment online, but there's an array. Sending images without your consent falls into that category.
If it's an offense, tell us a little bit about how the police approach that when someone files a complaint with you.
So with any report that's made to the police, we should be listening to that without judgment and taking in the information from what's been given to us, and we make an assessment based on the information received. We'll log a report. Now you can make a report either by going to a police station, you can call a police station and make a report. If it's an emergency, if your life is in immediate danger or someone else's, or it's an incident's just happened, call 911, or you can make a report anonymously. If you do make a report anonymously, we might have challenges investigating what's happened, but we can certainly take that information and use that as an intelligence, because often what we find is when people come and make that report, more than often the person they're making the report about may already be known to us, and there may already be reports on the system, whether it's with them or with somebody else. And we take these reports very seriously and without judgment.
I would imagine that when it comes to nude photos or pornographic photos involving a woman, that must be rather embarrassing for them to even come to the police.
It certainly is, and it is. You have to be bold to come and report it. But if you don't, generally what we find is these things escalate, and the behaviour that the person who's the perpetrator, it doesn't stop. It just escalates, and that impact, the negative impact, just increases. And so we advocate, as embarrassing as it is, come to the police station, seek out somebody that you trust. It's a small community. Many people know police officers. If there's a police officer in the community that you trust, by all means go to them first, seek that advice and make your report, and then they can refer it to an appropriate channel.
Is there any kind of special procedure for dealing with something like that? To make a woman feel less uncomfortable?
When you say procedure within the police station itself, so we should always be talking to people in a confidential environment, whether we are limited in the resources that we have in terms of buildings, but we do have rooms where we can speak one-on-one with people. If somebody wants to speak to a female officer as opposed to a male officer, where we can, we'll make that available. And depending on the severity of what's being reported, it might be referred to our Protective Services Unit or the Cybercrime Hub for further investigation in due course. But our front line really is that first place for delivery of service. And until we know what's happening, we can't make that assessment. So it is a brave step to report it when it is such a sensitive matter. But when you do, you will feel because you've passed it on to somebody else to deal with that issue for you on your behalf. And generally speaking, we find that people feel a bit of a sense of relief they've told somebody.
Have you had success in prosecuting these incidents?
We have had success with it. I don't have our detection rates here with me, but we do have success in prosecuting offences of harassment and misuse of ICT, which some of these offences will fall under. And we have had opportunities where we've applied for stalking orders for people and we've achieved them.
How do we try and educate, especially, I guess, men, boys, that this is not the thing to do? Because apparently it's done almost as a sport at times.
Mm-hmm. That's a whole thing, Chalo, to really tackle. Just the other day we had International Men's Day, and one of the things that we were talking about is what is masculinity and what are things that are acceptable and what are not, and so forth. And really and truly, there are good people in the world, and there are good men in the world, and there are good women in the world. And we don't want to say that this particular crime only affects one gender. It certainly does not. Unfortunately, disproportionately, as you said, it comes like a sport. And so, because of the inequality that already exists between men and women, a lot of women and girls are subjected to this. And one of the reasons, too, is because we are not necessarily as strong as we should be in really saying that these things are wrong. So my thing initially to any man, I would say, if you see a friend who is doing this to somebody else, let them know that you don't condone that behavior. It is not acceptable. And just the other day, the police put out a video actually talking about that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yes. So we're hoping that that video will go viral too, and that people will get that first of all, peer pressure is one of those things that I think can really try to control certain behaviors, whether it is littering or something else. It's important that persons really tell people around them what is acceptable and what is not, and that they don't then think that you are supporting that, because if you say nothing, then technically you are supporting it, so I think that that's one. And then just changing attitudes in general. If you would not want this to be done to your child, your mother, your sister, your niece, then don't do it to somebody else, and use your time and energy to be more productive in how you're going to resolve conflict and so forth. And there are many agencies around. The counseling center is one of those that will help you to sort of deal with those feelings and how to properly direct it rather than doing this sort of stuff.
I think one of the biggest issues is that digital crime and digital abuse is a hidden event. Mm-hmm. We can do it in the safety of our anonymity online, whether it's through our phones or our laptops or even our work computers. And so people get a false sense of security about what they're doing. What they might do online may be very different to what they do in person, face-to-face with another human being. And so we need to take that into consideration, and we need to educate and make our young people aware how you conduct yourself online should be the same, and how you conduct yourself when you're dealing with people face to face or the outside world, because it should transfer over to the other. And it takes a whole community to come round to that. So it's the school, it's parents, it's the police, it's our interactions at the doctors or the dentist. It's everywhere, and if we see it, we should be calling it out as the adults, and not just for men, but women should be calling it out. But we should not be relying on women to call out bad behaviour of men. All good people, professional people with integrity and credibility should be calling it out.
We have to take another break here, but we'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning.
Ouch!
When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Come visit Penha, the ultimate holiday shopping destination. From December 7 until December 24, come to Penha and drop off your letter to Santa and let him know why you should win Penha's amazing Christmas prizes this year. While you're there, enjoy a fun-filled holiday shopping experience for your loved ones. Earn points while you shop, plus free gifts with purchase and free gift wrapping and so much more. Visit us at one of our two convenient locations, 40 Cardinal Avenue or The Grove at 1358 West Bay Road. Make this Christmas one to remember at Penha. Penha, where the holiday magic comes alive. Don't miss out on the festive fun and amazing prizes. See you soon.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive, drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
The holiday season is here, and St. Ignatius Catholic Church is bringing the fun and cheer. Join us for the annual Christmas fundraiser on Saturday, December 13th at 7:15 p.m. on the church grounds. Enjoy Christmas treats, live entertainment, and Carpe Diem singing your favorite holiday carols. And don't blink, the grand prize drawing at 8:45 p.m. could make you $25,000 in CI richer. Tickets are just $25 available at the church office and from members at supermarkets across Grand Cayman. No need to be present to win. All proceeds go to St. Ignatius Church projects, facilities, and scholarship fund. Come for the joy, stay for the fun. Saturday, December 13th at 7:15 p.m. St. Ignatius Church on Walkers Road. Let's make the holiday season unforgettable.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we're talking about gender-based violence this afternoon. And we've kind of switched out our guest here. Miss Bramwell is giving up her seat, and so that John Watson, he is the head of the RCIPS Cybercrime Unit, can join us, because we're in our reduced studio while the big one is being renovated. So we're only limited to two guests at a time. John Watson, welcome to the show. What are you seeing out there as far as cybercrime related to Cayman?
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to everybody listening. I mean, cybercrime is and digital abuse is such a wide topic. I think earlier somebody was putting some labels on it, which is great, but it's basically any abuse online we would treat as being digital abuse. We see a significant number of incidents happening online, whether it's people being scammed through the use of phishing emails or SMS messages, whether that might relate to banking or selling or renting property, selling a car. We also see a significant number of people who are being abused online, particularly on social media platforms, by people either trying to put their name out there in a poor perspective or swearing at them online. And, these things might seem quite, listeners could be thinking, well, that's not that serious, is it, John? To the person who receives that abuse, yes, that can be very serious, and it can have a detrimental effect on it. And for us, we treat all allegations, all people who report things to us, seriously, because how it affects the victim is key to us, not whether people think that's an important thing or not. We do unfortunately see a lot of particularly children sharing indecent images of each other, which then go wider out into the internet, whether it be shared through social media or on people's cell phones. And I think the thing to remember is once you've shared an image like that, the world owns it, the internet owns it, and the internet is completely and utterly unforgettable. It doesn't forget anything. And once you release an image,
nothing is ever really deleted.
Nothing is
right?
ever deleted.
Yes.
Even if you delete it, if I've got an image and I delete it and I've shared it with you, you've still got it. You share it with Lizzie, she's got it. And this is what we see, people sharing these images.
And even if you delete it, somewhere buried deep in that hard drive, there's probably some remnant of it that could be retrieved.
There really does no such thing as delete. Delete effectively just means moving it from one part of your device to another part of your device. And without getting technical and giving away our secrets, it's actually quite difficult to hide stuff or delete stuff from us.
So are you then on the front line as far as when someone has a complaint? Are you the first people? I know you had said that you find someone that you trust in the police service to give some advice if you're embarrassed about this and so forth. But what is your role as far as this digital abuse is concerned?
I mean, to a certain extent, it depends upon the type of crime. We might be supporting some of our colleagues who are absolutely doing the investigation. But the one thing I can reassure the viewers about completely, having listened to the segment you had earlier, is complete and utter confidentiality. We, in the cybercrime team, have our own storage system. It's not linked to RCIPS. It's not linked to the Cayman Islands government, and it isn't completely and utterly secure. If we receive an indecent image of anybody, it never ever leaves our unit. And so I think if you say, well, if I give this to the police, what are they going to do with it? It's going to be treated by my team with the utmost confidence. And we will support our colleagues, whether it's the financial crime team or the the major crime team or my colleagues who work at West Bay, Bordentown or Georgetown. If they're carrying out an investigation into digital abuse, we're there to support them by gathering the evidence, which is normally irrefutable, and being able to present that in court should that come to pass.
So you're not actually doing the evidence, the investigation, but providing the evidence, the forensic evidence.
In most cases, yeah. If it's without getting overly technical, if it's a cyber-dependent crime, which is a crime can only be committed by a computer like ransomware, then we investigate those. But if it's an abuse case, our colleagues will investigate, but we'll provide them the support and gather the evidence.
So has this sort of thing been an ever-increasing incidence in Cayman?
Yes, I think we've seen a significant rise in not only scams but what we call sexting. It's a horrible term, but it is what it's called. It's pig butchering, where people are befriended online and then at some point in time they're extorted when they've either shared an image of themselves or something highly private, and then they're extorted, and people are paying a lot of money to these individuals for to try to stop this type of abuse. We have seen a significant number of victims of what we call sexting, where they've shared indecent images of themselves online with somebody they thought was a friend, and then they get the extortion. We will share your image, it will go onto your social media if you do not pay a certain amount of money. And these are horrendous crimes that have huge effect on the individuals. I've dealt with 3 or 4 of the cases this year, and it is very sad to be in somebody's house and see the effect that this particular thing has had on them. Our advice is never ever share a indecent image of yourself to anybody ever online, because as I said, you lose control of it.
So I wasn't clear on something when you say the person thinks they're sending this to a friend.
Correct.
Is the scammer impersonating someone that this person knows?
They can do, or they can just be somebody who says, "Oh, hi, seen your profile, you look nice," and then they begin the befriending process. It's called social engineering, and the more you put out about yourself out online, the easier it is to I don't like the phrase, but the easier it is to social engineer someone. Effectively, you can be who you want to be online.
Right.
For 2.5 years, for moral purposes, I was Chloe, aged 14. Now, even at my great age, you might not believe I was Chloe, but I don't think anybody at any point in time would ever think face to face that I was Chloe, age 14. But for over 2 years, I very successfully was Chloe, age 14. And the bad people I was speaking to didn't know. You can be who you want to be online. And that's the scary thing.
So they're willing to put in the time to win you over and manipulate you.
Absolutely. This varies depending on the type of group we deal with, but some people come in straight away, which normally gets blocked quite quickly, but the ones who are more sophisticated at it could spend several months befriending somebody, getting to know them, having normal social media type messages, until they get to the point where the victim trusts them enough to send them a naked image of themselves. I think if you befriended somebody on Instagram and the day after goes, "Oh, send me a nude," most people wouldn't. But if you've been speaking to somebody for 4 or 5 weeks, unfortunately, people do. So they build up a level of trust.
Emotional attachment starts to happen.
It starts small. It always starts small and then progresses.
And these people are very gifted at what they do. They do it all the time. They are very persuasive, and they're willing to put the time in because they know at the end of it, they are very likely to get some significant amount of money out of the victims.
All right. We're coming up on 1 o'clock, but we're going to continue our discussion into the next half hour on the other side of the news. So, we'll be back with more of this. Right now, let's check in with the newsroom and see what's making headlines.
Information, entertainment, inspiration.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac.
Since 1976 till now.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
I'm April Cummings with your headlines. The National Day of Thanksgiving and Prayer is just wrapping up right outside the Radio Cayman studios. Sponsored by the Cayman Ministers Association, the annual event is traditionally held in December, bringing together pastors from a variety of denominations to give thanks for us making it through the hurricane season. The ceremony this year includes prayer for our government leadership, as well as a special prayer for those affected by Hurricane Melissa. In international headlines, U.S. President Donald Trump is planning a $12 billion farm aid package. That's according to a White House official, a boost to farmers who have struggled to sell their crops while getting hit by rising costs after the president raised tariffs on China as part of a broader trade war. According to the official, who was granted anonymity to speak ahead of a planned announcement, Trump will unveil the plan today at a White House roundtable. Thailand launches airstrikes along the disputed border with Cambodia as both sides accuse the other of breaking a ceasefire that halted fighting earlier this year. Long-standing border disputes erupted into 5 days of combat in July that killed dozens of soldiers and civilians. U.S. President Donald Trump pushed the Southeast Asian neighbors to sign a truce agreement in October, but tensions have continued to simmer. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. Radio Cayman Headline News.
Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards is back. Each day, 12 lucky customers will win a $100 Kirk Market gift card just for shopping at Kirk Market. Ho, ho, ho! You heard that right. Every day for 12 days with 12 lucky winners each day. Come in December 11th through the 24th and shop. You could win. And there's no minimum required. It's that easy. It's Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards. December 11th through the 24th. The countdown to Christmas is on at Kirk Market.
HSA's Orthopedic Clinic has relocated to the second floor of the Smith Road Medical Center. Our dedicated team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons treat conditions ranging from spine to ankle injuries in adult and pediatric patients. We offer minimally invasive procedures from ligament reconstruction to hip and knee replacement. If you have experienced an injury due to sports or day-to-day activities, call 949-8600 and schedule an appointment with HSA's Orthopedic Clinic, now located at the Smith Road Medical Center.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Urban Adolphus Tibbetts Certificate of Honor, 1914 to 1991. Urban Tibbetts was the 12th and last child of William and Henrietta Tibbetts of Kimmenbrack. As a young man, he went to sea for a few years. When he returned home, he served as a police officer for 3 years and then returned to sea. After retiring from sea for the second time, he joined the Public Works Department and within a few years became supervisor. During his years as works supervisor, he supervised the construction of Kimmenbrack Airport, the road to the lighthouse on the bluff, and the road on the south side of the Brack. He did not just supervise the work, but worked along with the men on the job. Urban raised cattle, and when he butchered at Christmas time, he often gave away beef to families who could not pay for it. He was always willing to help those in need. In the early 1950s, he donated the land for Fellowship Baptist Church, and once it was built, he joined the church and became a deacon. Urban was married to Vida McLaughlin, and the couple had 7 children.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Starting January 1, 2026, the minimum wage in the Cayman Islands will increase to CI $8.75 per hour. This change is designed to ensure fair pay and to support workers across the islands. Whether you're an employee or an employer, it is important to understand how this adjustment affects you. Learn more about the new rate, how it's applied, and what it means for your workplace by visiting gov.ky/DLP or email minimumwage@gov.ky.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and let's check on the weather here. The current conditions here in Georgetown, it's 86 degrees. It feels like 94 out there. Winds 5.8 knots out of the south-southeast. Humidity 69%. And the forecast calls for partly cloudy skies straight through tonight with winds at 5 to 10 knots and seas running at 1 to 3 feet. And we are here talking about digital gender abuse. And it comes in many forms, as we've been hearing. Right now in the studio with me, we have Detective Sergeant Elizabeth Owens of the RCIPS and John Watson. He is the head of the RCIPS Cyber Crime Unit. And Sergeant Owens, you have some stats there you wanted to share with us?
Yeah, this is from the 1st of January up until the 14th of October. And during that period, we've had a total of 3,655 crimes recorded. And out of that, the percentage-wise, that's the overall crime that's cybercrime related is 5.5% for females and 3% for males that's recorded.
That's victims? Or
They're crimes that are recorded. So that should be one victim, one crime.
Okay, all right. So what are we, as far as the local scene is concerned, what are we seeing happening here? What's the trend?
I mean, apart from scams, which we see a significant increase on, and one of the reasons for that is because it's been very successful. So the more they're going to get money, the more they're going to target here. But we see a wider range of online coercive behaviour, whether that's people stalking their partners through use of their mobile device, planting apps on the mobile device, turning on location services on the mobile device, down to carrying out campaigns online to abuse somebody or put out false information about them. One of the more common ones is using somebody's image to say they are them, particularly somebody who's got a high profile across Cayman, like the governor, the Honourable Premier, or Honourable Members of Parliament. And these take place online. And I think a colleague earlier was talking about deep fakes. At the moment, we're having a problem with fake fakes, where somebody puts a picture out of the Premier, Mr. Ebanks, and says, "Oh, invest in this company," and people think, "Oh, it's Mr. Ebanks' face," and it is Mr. Ebanks' face. But these are easy to get hold of, and you know, to be put out there. The phrase I often use is "trust nothing and verify everything," particularly online. And I'm not here to put people off being online, because it's a wonderful place, and you know there's a full life to be lived on there. But you have to understand that it can be a dangerous place as well. And the use of mobile devices, computers, etc., can be used to harass individuals or to steal money from them, or, as I said, to track them. I think it was Lizzie that said earlier, people get the bravado of being behind the screen. We call them keyboard warriors, where they probably say things that they would never ever say to somebody's face. Now, that doesn't mean it's not a crime. That means it is a crime, and it's an online crime. It's digital abuse, and we're there to support the victims of digital abuse by doing what we can to, one, prevent it, and two, to pursue those who are ultimately affecting people's lives. And in the 5 years I've been here, I've seen people who've had huge impacts in their personal life. For something some of the viewers or some of the listeners may not think is that important or that, abusive, but it's the victim. If the victim feels that it's affecting their life, then that's something we have to deal with.
Specifically as far as digital abuse, what's been happening in recent times? What do you see?
Mostly at the moment, because of the time of year, digital abuse is scams as well. You are abusing somebody's good nature.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen a significant increase in homes being offered for rent, cars being offered for sale, property being offered for sale, and all of these are scams, and all of these are trying to steal people's money. So they're abusing them by going on people's good nature. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. Now that is something we've seen a particular spike in at this time of the year. And as people look, with the cost of living, etc., not only in Cayman but across the world, people are looking for bargains. And the perpetrators of these crimes, and they are crimes, seek to use that by pretending that there's a bargain, when in fact there's no bargain, there's no car, there's no rent, there's no property that's that cheap to rent, and they take the money, they disappear, and sometimes for us it's difficult to track them down. Not all the time, but sometimes it can be.
So I think it's time for us to kind of switch out. We're dealing with our reduced studio here, and but in the meantime, let me ask you: is it an offense for people to send a pornographic picture, let's say, to someone, to just send that? If
it involves a child, yes, it's an absolute offence. And a child on Cayman is somebody under the age of 17. So that is an absolute offence for which there is absolutely no defence. And it can be committed by the person who sends it as well. So if you're a 15-year-old sending an indecent image of yourself to another 15-year-old, that is an offence. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to arrest that person. We may speak to them and say, look, you have committed an offence. That needs to stop. But we need to be supporting these individuals. We need to be telling them of the dangers of doing this type of behaviour, what it can lead to, losing control of the image. And I think this is about child protection as much as it is about breaking the law. Now, if it's not a child, there is no offence per se of sending an image of yourself. But if you send it to somebody you don't know, there's a chance that you're going to be extorted for that image by people saying, look, if you don't pay me, I'm going to post this all over your Facebook page. I'm going to send this to all the contacts in your phone. I'm going to send this to everybody you know. And those are difficult situations for the person to deal with. And I think sometimes the overlap between digital abuse and child protection is quite small, and we as professionals in law enforcement in the area need to be mindful of the fact that sometimes it's a child protection issue rather than just arresting a 15-year-old school child with no criminal history who just happens to have done something quite silly by sending an image of themselves.
Yeah. And young people come across your screen, I guess you say, quite often as far as these kind of things?
Unfortunately, yes.
So we're joined now by our friend Anne-Marie Diaz. She's program coordinator with the Family Resource Center. What has the center been doing as far as digital abuse during this campaign?
Sure. Well, thanks for having me, Mr. Glidden. So one of the things that we offer at the Family Resource Center, we're all around parents and parent education. So we've just wrapped up a 4-week webinar, which was called Parenting the Digitally Safe Teen. And so week by week, we take parents through understanding on a foundational basis the dangers that exist, as well as how to create some parameters at home, if there aren't any already existing, that create some rules and expectations on the way that young people should be engaging online, and educating parents should be educating themselves also. So sharing with them all the various resources that they could be looking at on a regular basis, because young people are coming to mommy and daddy wanting maybe a new download, a new game, things like that. So going to sites like commonsensemedia.org are really important, because then you get a clear understanding of what that app is about, what that TV show is about, whatever it might be that your child is coming asking permission for. And that's another thing. Do you have a home that's setting an expectation of things should be asked for, or is it kind of free reign in terms of time and access, that type of thing? So that's one of the ways we've been involved. And another way we're involved with this campaign, and it's existed for about a couple decades now, is the Clothesline Project. So persons may see beautiful painted shirts. Some are beautiful and some have quite vivid images of maybe violence. So these shirts are adorned on the post office, the district health centers, and women's health clinic. And so we work quite closely with His Majesty's Prison Service. We'll go into Northwood and to Fairbanks and engage participants in creating maybe depictions of violence that they themselves have survived, or maybe a loved one, or maybe their victim was touched by, and they're creating images so that other people like ourselves, as we drive by, we may see, and especially those who are impacted by violence, that gives them a symbol of hope that they're not alone in what they're maybe experiencing, and it gives them a symbol of potential resilience, some hope that they can come through it and be supported through it, and that there are people here on the island that care. There's agencies like RCIPs that exist to support them.
Now, John has told us about incidents where people are utterly devastated by what has been done to them through digital abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have to get involved in counseling these victims?
We're part of the Department of Counseling, so our sister agency, the Counseling Center, will typically be our referral source when it comes to counseling. But our remit is really to focus on the parenting side of things. So it might be encouraging parents to create a family media plan, screen time rules. How do you introduce rules if those things aren't a part of your regular family practices? And it can be quite overwhelming for a parent who maybe hasn't thought about these things. So that's why our agency exists, not just in this area. We talk about all sorts of parenting issues and support parents through all sorts of things. But in this area, obviously, it's becoming an increasing need in our community. But we talk about it too from the aspect, especially the teen aspect, in terms of social media use, how that young people they're forming their identity, how this all impacts on their mental health. We even shared a case study in one of the sessions where a young person actually engaged with an artificial relationship with it was a chat bot, so not a human. It was completely digital, and created. They're quite, obviously as young people, quite easily influenced. They're looking for connection, and they're looking for connection with their peers more so than maybe their parents. And unfortunately, this young person really got in deep with this artificial relationship to the point that they thought that taking themselves away from this world essentially would help them be with this artificial person. And that's quite a maybe an alarming story for young people, for parents to hear. But we think it's important that our parents are hearing how incredibly difficult this is, how challenging it is, and how important it is for them to remain educated and remain in close connection with their child.
You mentioned having a family media plan.
Mm-hmm,
What does that look like?
That essentially is an agreement among the family members of how we all in our family are going to engage online, what are our family rules essentially and expectations around these things. And there's a lot to it, but it can be very simple for a parent in terms of what are the times and the zones in which we're using, what are the apps and the websites and things that we're allowed to go on to. And having those parameters in place essentially keeps everyone in the family safe. You know, we've been hearing about scams and inappropriate images, things like that. Everyone in the family needs to understand this in an age-appropriate way.
You really have to have a frank discussion with your children.
You do. And actually, one of the best parenting tools you have is your relationship with your child. And so what we tend to encourage our parents to do is, one, educate yourself on all of these things and what you as a family stand for and how you want to protect your family, but really stay focused on that relationship with that child. And what that could look like is, if they like playing video games, play video games with them. It's a great bonding opportunity, but it also gives you exposure to what are they playing and what are they kind of being exposed to, as opposed to letting them go in their room and just do whatever and potentially talk with whoever, right? Because they have access to other people globally through these things. Watch their favorite TV show program with them, ask them questions, engage with them around it, because then you're getting a firsthand understanding of what they're being exposed to. And a big one, I would say, obviously, we're not in necessarily the profession of telling parents what to do, but empowering them with information so they can make the best decisions. But one I would really strongly encourage parents to do is, don't let your young people go to bed with their phones. One, it's disturbing their sleep, which is essentially disturbing their brain development and their healthy development. But they're definitely probably on there till 2 a.m. talking to someone. It might not even be a real person. They could be, putting themselves in danger. And you aren't there to support them, right? So keeping things in an open family area, such as, the computer, the TV, the phones, that use in the living area or a common place where parents have supervision or have access is key. But in considering introducing part of your family media plan is you hand over to your parents before you go to sleep. That's so important to just that simple thing alone can really increase safety for your family.
How long do you keep that up to what age? I mean, because
I would argue that is just a healthy practice, and even parents themselves should do it. Honestly, is put the phone away, have your children give their phones or whatever it may be that they have over to you. It goes into a drawer and it's kept there. It's just good sleep hygiene, and it encourages, like I said, healthy development. But it really does. It keeps everyone safer.
Because I can imagine a 16-year-old saying, "That's my phone."
Yeah. And definitely for parents who've already kind of let the cat out of the bag and they've already allowed these kinds of practices, that's really hard to undo. And that's why our agency exists, because we're there to kind of walk with parents as they go through what can be quite a challenge. But these things are important to put in place to keep yourself and your family safe.
Now, you talked about the child who talked to the bot.
Yeah.
Wanting a relationship outside the family,
yeah.
But you have adults also that are looking to reach out to someone.
Yeah.
And then that's where your guy in North Korea comes in, or maybe he's somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean there are things called metaverses, which are like online platforms where you can live an entire life online. You can have a job, you can go to school. It's basically sometimes quite difficult for people to recognize the difference between real life and the metaverse life, if you like. It is a scary situation where, as Anne-Marie said, where people can't really understand the difference between, this is my real life. I don't think this is so good, and this is my online life where I'm making all this money and things are going well. I mean, it is as human beings, whether you're a child or an adult, everybody needs a positive tick. Everybody needs a positive tick in their life to make them feel better about themselves, to make them feel that they're they're doing well. And if you're not getting that in real life, then people do tend to go for it.
And there's somebody
online.
there lurking, waiting to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I know this. The people online are willing to take advantage of it. Absolutely know this. And they will speak to the child, the girl online, and they'll be looking for that signs that this is the right way to go to groom them. We used to say grooming was associated with child abuse. I think grooming's far wider now to digital abuse, right across the whole board. For digital abuse, people are being groomed online to do what the perpetrator at the far end basically wants them to do. Now, they understand the things I've been talking about, and they know how to use it. And, we are seeing an increase, not so much in Cayman, but worldwide, of AI being used to affect these conversations, to affect these online situations where people who don't get what they're looking for in real life find it online. And it's a difficult thing to deal with. And, what Anne-Marie said about parenting lessons, parenting, talking, engaging with your child is just so important. I'd rather prevent 1 million crimes than arrest somebody for one.
Yep.
I've got to say, I'm about preventing crime, and I can't do it on my own. RCIPS can't do it on their own. Family services can't do it on their own. We need the good people of Cayman to play their part, to particularly parents, to recognize that online can be a great place, but it can also be a very, very bad place, and understand the difference between them.
Yep.
So if parents want to take advantage of the things that you offer at the Family Resource Center, and especially education about these sort of things, tell us how they can take advantage of that.
So parents just start out by connecting with us, which can be as simple as sending us an email at frc@gov.ky. We're quite active on social media too, so if they want to go there, go to our bio and it'll send them direct to one of our workshop screening forms. They can go ahead and fill those out, which is helpful for us because it gives us some information and understanding of what the parents are thinking and what their goals may be. But we're in December, so we're definitely recruiting for January onwards programming, one of which will be this Parenting the Digitally Safe Teen. There's a version called the Parenting the Digitally Safe Child, which I think is great because if you can get started early with this, because a lot of our participants, once they get to the teen version, they find it feels so overwhelming because so much has kind of been allowed at that point that it's so hard to undo. But it's not impossible. It does take time, and that's what we're there for essentially. Now, these are lunchtime webinars, but I do advise that parents come to us so they can have that in-person individualized support too. And then we can kind of tailor things to their unique family circumstances and support them bit by bit. And put a family media plan in place, make sure that they are just knowledgeable about these things and feel empowered in how to have these conversations with their child. And a lot of times, like I said, the relationship you have with your child is paramount because any rule you put in place, you're not going to get anywhere unless you have that buy-in and you have a child who's willing to follow you when you show genuine interest in them and have that care for them. And take that time to have that quality time with them, then they're going to more likely cooperate with someone like that, right? We're talking about groomers. I mean, that's essentially what they do, right? They show or seem to have this kind of care for this person. They take advantage of that, right? It's human nature. We tend to cooperate with people who show care. So as a parent, you're in a prime position to show genuine care so that they're not kind of going to these spaces and potentially being vulnerable victims in nefarious spaces, right?
And John, if someone wants to file a complaint, do they just go to your unit or just contact the police?
Not direct to us. It would be through the police station.
should.
As Lizzie said earlier, go to the police station, phone the police station, or if it is, if it is an urgent case, dial 911. But please report it.
Yep.
RCIPS and other agencies across Cayman are there to help.
Anne-Marie Diaz and John Watson, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to take a break, and after the break, we'll find out what's happening in East End for Christmas.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards is back. Each day, 12 lucky customers will win a $100 Kirk Market gift card just for shopping at Kirk Market. Ho, ho, ho! You heard that right. Every day for 12 days with 12 lucky winners each day. Come in December 11th through the 24th and shop. You could win. And there's no minimum required. It's that easy. It's Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards. December 11th through the 24th. The countdown to Christmas is on at Kirk Market.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer. The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skin care, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drportercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. It's Christmas time and everyone is making their Christmas plans. In this segment, we hear what is planned for East End this Christmas. And in the studio to tell us about what's happening in East End this Christmas is Delmira Bodden. She is a community leader. And Unesh Rebai, Vice President at Wheaton Precious Metals. Folks, good afternoon and welcome to our studio.
Thank you for the invite.
So, you are making plans for a great Christmas in East End. Tell us a little bit about what you got lined up.
For the District of East End for 22 years, this year would be 22 years, I have been a part of our community, planning many events, advocating for the residents, and being a part of whatever is positive in the District of East End. For this year, we have this evening at 5:30 at the Church of God Universal Hall in East End is our seniors Christmas dinner. And on the 20th, we're doing our Santa Parade, providing gifts to children in the community. And on the 24th, we are doing our annual bonfire in the District of East End.
So, Wheaton Precious Metals is involved in all of this?
Yes, thank you so much for the invite. We've been on island for about 20 years now, and it's a way for us to give back to the community where we work. Delmira and I, we've known each other for many, many years. Wheaton is a mine financing company, a Canadian company based in Cayman. We have an annual commitment to help and, deliver not only a connection with the communities where we work, but we've made a commitment to donate in excess of $600,000 a year. The partnership we formed with Delmira really is to help our East End community, our seniors, enjoy Christmas, and especially this festive time. This is an important time to spend time with those who we've known and loved and who've helped shape this island. Wheaton's also been very involved with helping NCVO with the toy drive, making sure that kids in the community, every child has a gift and is given a gift, building that tradition of excitement and community spirit. We have also been involved in several other initiatives that help not only our community, but in terms of climate, education, and health and well-being, and continuing to support the Breast Cancer Foundation, as well as Inclusion Cayman. This event is a very near and dear one to me. Delmira and I have been working on this for several years now. It's been a success. And thank you so much again for having us be part of this.
Thank you. I think Wheaton Precious Metals is very entwined and involved with the Caymanian community, and they are funding a lot of very important, valuable programs here in the Cayman Islands. And like Onish said, the seniors is important to us. They deserve anything that we can give them to ensure that Christmas is extra special. They are the pioneers and the builders of these islands. And we are always honored to be providing programs and support to them, knowing that a lot of times pensions became mandatory late, but we are not late. We are going to stand by them to ensure that they enjoy the beautiful warmth and joy and love of Christmas.
About how many seniors do you have coming to have their Christmas dinner with you?
We were catering for 60 persons from the District of East End. We've sent out our invitations, and every year we ensure to order 85 fruit baskets. Each senior gets a fruit basket, but the extra fruit baskets, I ensure to remember the shut-ins in my community that they too want to feel the spirit of Christmas and joy. And when we have our Christmas dinner, we always take a plate of Christmas dinner to them, to their homes, because it's inclusive. They are a part of our community, and we have to spread the joy and the warmth and the festivities to all different groups in our community and unite as one people. Because even with the bonfire in the District of East End, whilst our bonfire is not the bonfire they had 100 years ago, it is symbolic of what that one flame did. It brought people together from all over the world. And that is our intention, to hold our district together as one. And we try to deter any negativity and any separation that tries to come in between that, and understanding that we are doing it for the people to come together, to bond, and to be as one as we should be.
But taking those gift baskets and the Christmas dinner to the shut-ins, I mean, they must feel so special when you show up with that.
Listen, the feeling of taking a fruit basket to someone that built this country, is overwhelming sometimes because some people are lonely. They don't see a lot of people come by and stop to talk with them. I try to go as much as possible or where possible that I can. But no matter when you go, there's always something to talk about. And there's always something good to share. And that's what we want to keep happening in our community, is to be there for one another, support one another. This fabric in our society was woven many moons ago, and it was the best ingredients for family and community to be strong, well bonded together, flourishing and growing in a very vibrant way. And our focus is Christmas, and on that subject matter, we want to keep that flow going and understanding that there are many people who won't get a gift at Christmas or probably don't have something to eat. And just like Wheaton Precious Metals, along with myself and other organizations throughout the Cayman Islands, we encourage businesses to give. Give, but ensure that when you're giving, those people are receiving whatever you're giving. And that is the measures that we put in place. Wheaton Precious Metal can tell you that we account for everything, and we ensure that whatever we get, the people that gift is earmarked for, if it's seniors or children, they receive that gift. That's the kind of accountability we want, and that's the kind of joy that we want to spread. And if we continue to ignite those great attributes in us and those great qualities of love, kindness, support, just spreading that joy, even with people you don't know, strangers, by words. If you don't have a gift to give, you can do a phone call. When you're going to the supermarket, extend seasoned greetings even to a stranger, because sometimes that very person could be the person that helped you one day along your journey in life. It's about spreading the joy of Christmas and understanding that we have a duty by God and being humans within humanity in our humanitarian work, that we continue to extend the things that make us a better people in this country.
What kind of feedback do you get from these seniors?
Oh, it's been absolutely positive. I mean, the fact that Wheaton gives us as employees the opportunity to meet with the community and network with the seniors, it's been an absolute
So your
joy.
employees go out and help
yeah.
with this?
Absolutely. We have volunteers who show up. Tonight, if you're there at 5:30, you'll see several of our employees, our staff, helping serve the meals, network and talk with the seniors, get to know them. We participate in the prayers, we participate in the singing, and we enjoy a delicious meal together. This, to us, is our way of connecting with the community, and it is our duty to be part of this community. They are the founding fathers that have made the islands, as successful and what it is today. I take huge pride in the work we do, and I do have to thank Delmara, because it's with her leadership, her consistency and passion in being able to drive this have we been able to turn this into a successful annual event. Wheaton has several multi-year commitments, and this is one that we will certainly continue to support for as long as we are in existence. And this is something that I do hope many other businesses can do the same. There are many organizations out there that have several different focal points. The seniors, I do believe, do need the same level of attention, especially given the what they've done for us. Yeah.
Do you have other people in the community that are helping you to do this?
I do most of the organizing for the events, and we have our caterers coming in from Palm's Kitchen, who has been with us for a while, and she provides all of those delicious meals, and especially around Christmas, Cayman-style beef. We have our conch. We got our Christmas foods and our delicacies that we enjoy around Christmas, and I can tell you that Onish can tell you it's very delicious, and the seniors enjoy the foods that are being prepared and desserts.
East End always has some good food, no matter what.
And cassava cake, and we love the cake, but the fellowship together is very valuable. I have to mention with our children's Christmas party, we have Moritz Tortuga Club, who's a sponsor for a long-term sponsor with us. We have Ocean Frontiers, who's a long-term sponsor with us, who is on board.
And we also have Mr. Donald McLean from Healthcare Pharmacy. He's been on board with us for many years. And we have other sponsors in our community. Tuka Restaurant sponsors a lot of events in the District of East End. Again, the businesses cares about the community, identify the programs that are needed, and is a part of educating, dealing with social needs, and dealing with any situations that come up in our communities, because we grow together. We are one people, but we have a culture that is very valuable to tourism. And when our businesses remembers the community and recognize that they are as strong as the people in our community, and if we work together to strengthen the fabric and to deal with the issues that we encounter, even if it's in a celebratory way or even in a given spirit, whatever it is, all of those things strengthen the community and strengthen the island for who we are.
We have to take a break. We'll be right back with more plans for East End at Christmas time. Caller, just hang in there. Be right back.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
At Mise en Place & Co., it's more than food. It's tradition rising from the bake shop. It's community coming together at the Barista Cafe. It's time back for the things you love with Boxed. It's knowing they'll eat well because of Yum. It's memories being made with Mise en Place events, and it's a moment shared over a slice of Gino's Pizza. Because everything we make, from our kitchens to your table, is made right here in Cayman. Explore Mise en Place & Co.'s family of brands at miseenplace.ky.
Kirk Freeport's annual $40,000 sweepstakes is back just in time for your holiday shopping. Simply spend $100 at your favorite Kirk Freeport store before noon on Christmas Eve for a chance to win all season long, with cash prizes of up to $5,000, premium gifts, and a Rolex watch giveaway. The more you shop, the better your chances to win. Get gifts for everyone on your list at Kirk Freeport, with duty-free prices, zero shipping delays, and the chance to win a piece of the $40,000 sweepstakes. View full details on kirkfreeport.com.
If you have an objection to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your...
Don't do it, Tevin! I still love you. I have since the day we stole your mom's car and got matching dolphin tattoos.
Oh, Lordy. Janelle? From spring break, oh wait?
Yes, it's me.
Janelle, you've got to move on.
We're like the wedding guest that doesn't ruin the ceremony. CG Britke. Good like that.
Busy day? Need the perfect furniture without leaving home? Ashley Furniture Home Store has you covered. Chat one-on-one with our helpful sales team through our WhatsApp in-stock catalog at 916-2323. And here's the festive bonus. Now through December 21st, enter our Christmas giveaway for a chance to win gift certificates of $4,000, $2,000, or $1,000. Visit our showroom at 360 Dorsey Drive. Call 943-2323 or WhatsApp us today and make your holiday home ready and happy.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we're hearing about the plans for East End this Christmas. And in the studio with me is Delmira Bodden, community leader in East End, and Onish Ribai. He's the vice president at Wheaton Precious Metals. We do have a caller on the line. Let's check in there. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the panel.
Hello.
Okay, I think we need...
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Yes, what you're planning for the seniors sounds very, very good. Very suggestive conversation. I just have two questions. What would be the best gift to give a senior? And you don't have to answer it, I'll hang up, but I got one more question. What would be the best gift to give a senior depending on the age of the senior? And having our Christmas dinners and functions for our seniors every year, December. I'm just asking, what do you all do during the year for them as well? Because the Christmas that you're talking about sounds going to be very big, large, and exciting. Or what about the rest of the month? How will they be taken care of? Are you all in that program to be taking care of them during the whole year, or just Christmas time that you all put on your presents and gifts and visiting and all that kind of good stuff? But I'll hang up for you to answer those two questions for me. Thank you.
All right, thanks for the call.
It all sounds good, but I'd just like to know those two questions answered. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, I'll start with saying that I started back doing programming in the district of East End. We had a breakfast, a sunrise breakfast at Tuka Restaurant, and it was full. It was very well attended by the senior citizens, and we deliberately misspelled a word on the invitation, and it's your motor skills and see how vigilant you are, and it was the word together. And at that breakfast, we focused on how can we be more together. It's always a theme. It's always about positivity and bringing a community together, but also recognizing the developmental stage of aging and the challenges that the senior citizens is facing in our country. Wheaton Precious Metals sponsored our seniors therapeutic water therapy program in the district of East End. That went on for a while. We had persons that could not raise their arms to comb their hair. Their mobility was an issue, and water therapy works. It's less strenuous on the body. Trying to do other forms of therapy, we find that water therapy works best. That program has not restarted as yet. Conversations on that is ongoing, and Wheaton Precious Metals do assist us around Christmas, but has always said to us, if you need assistance, let us know what's going on. I met with their entire team and I presented a proposal identifying the gaps that senior citizens are facing in our country and things that we need more funding from the private sector. Even if it is an existing organization that can branch out into the district of East End, we are looking at those things on how we can improve the services as far as making the quality of life better for our senior citizens, looking at the basic needs and the challenges that they face while living in our communities. The best gift to buy a senior around Christmas, I think they would be the best person to tell you what they want, but why we select fruit baskets to give them, because most seniors focus on health and nutrition, and fruits are very expensive. And for many years we were buying pots and plates and pans and sets and so many different things, and a lot of seniors say we don't cook hardly anymore. We don't want this and we didn't want that. And the most the popular gift that we find that the seniors enjoy is either food cards to go to the grocery store or a beautiful fruit basket. And that's our focus, is knowing that because of cost of living, most seniors, by the end of the month, they have run out of funds and just need a food card to take them to the end of the month. One time it was paycheck to paycheck, and now it's paycheck to payday. It goes no further than there. So we will continue to work with the senior citizens. Something that's very near and dear to my heart is housing. The seniors in our community, again, they worked at a time where pensions weren't mandatory, and sometimes what they're receiving is just enough to pay the bills at home, and the structure in itself that they reside within needs repairs. And I'm hoping that some more seniors can be reached in the District of East End, because their homes are leaking. Some of them are living in conditions that shouldn't be. 2 weeks ago, Saturday, we started a program, just checking on some seniors that their homes was leaking and finding a way to help them dry in until help could come. So I'm actually asking persons that with the government who deals with housing, even if you have a wait list and someone's home is leaking, tarpaulin can go on the top of it. Christmas is going to be cold. We just come through a rainy season. It was a hard rainy season for some persons. If a team that goes out and do the assessment, if you can't even get to that person until you get additional funding, maybe it would be a good idea to have a drying team come behind and just put tarping on it until help can come to do the repairs. Again, a senior can't get up on the roof. They depend on us to have the programs, the resources, and the assistance in our community. And I am so proud to be living in the Cayman Islands when I look around at our freedoms that we have as citizens in our country. And those freedoms include being able to follow all of the regulatory requirements to register a nonprofit organization, or to be a part of an organization doing good where it can be accounted for and where it is making a very valuable impact on our society.
Now we're getting short on time, so it was 2 other events that you said. We have the Christmas dinner this evening.
We have the Christmas dinner for the seniors of East End at 5:30 at the Church of God Universal Hall. And we have East End Kitchen Band playing. One of their key members is Mr. Denham Borden, and I know he has been dealing with some medical issues, but he is going to be there this evening, and it's an honor for us to have Mr. Denham Borden there. Not only to have him a part of our event, but to say thank you to all of those events and his efforts to preserve our culture through music. And he played at a lot of those events for free, especially the seniors, and we want to have him with us this evening to honor him and to thank him for being an outstanding citizen in our community. His brother David Scott, Gary, and several other persons are going to be there with us, and it's an honor for us to have the family as we come together to remember the reason for the season, and it is Jesus, the birth of Jesus. And if we go by his example, by God's example, we know what is expected of us and what the example have always been: love, kindness, and support, and to spread the joy of Christmas. Even though it's his birth, we must always remember to care.
So the next event that you have planned is what? Because we're
the 20th
Mm-hmm.
is the Santa Parade. It starts from an area in East End called Cottage. We go through the whole district. We distribute candy. And this year we're having the gift giving in front of the East End Public Library. The reason I selected the East End Public Library, because historically that is a part of our culture. That was where we went to see Santa Claus each year as young children,
Mm-hmm.
and to get candies when they were coming into the district. So this brings back good memories, and our children get to experience the location, but also the spirit of giving. And all of our sponsors continue to support our efforts in the District of East End. We've been above board, we've been honest, and we've also made sure that every person gets a gift where possible.
And then the bonfire?
The bonfire is on the 24th. That is in conjunction with Pirates Cove Bar. We will have a bonfire. Last year we had like a hot meal where persons at the event can get something to eat. And the reason why I came up with doing the bonfire after so many years it was not done was because I believe that every district must have an economic plan. A lot of times East End people drive from East End to go to Westbury Road to see fireworks, to get into the festivity. We must have a business plan where we also have similar activities that draw persons from all over the island, like it did many years ago, to come to our community, to enjoy Christmas in a safe and joyful environment with togetherness. And I can tell you that the bonfire has always been very supported in the district of East End. And we are going to continue to ensure that we take forward our traditions in a manner that is respectful and together as one people in our district.
Delmira Bodden, community leader in East End, and Onish Ribai, Vice President at Wheaton Precious Metals. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your good work.
Thank you so much.
It's news time.
Radio station. Radio Cayman is the voice of the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. If you've heard choppers or seen several military helicopters flying overhead today, the government says those are United States military aircrafts transiting via Grand Cayman for refueling. It's part of the U.S. military's post-Hurricane Melissa support, and we are told that you'll see aircrafts today and tomorrow. In international news, Paramount, backed by the billionaire Ellison family, has launched a hostile $108 billion bid to buy Warner Brothers Discovery, trying to outbid Netflix's $83 billion offer. Paramount says its $30 per share proposal delivers more cash upfront and a smoother regulatory path. President Donald Trump has hinted there could be a problem with Netflix's takeover, citing competition concerns. Paramount's bid, teamed with Jared Kushner and the Ellison's political ties, would unite CBS and CNN under one parent, raising questions over media influence and regulatory approval in both the U.S. and Europe. A magnitude 7.6 earthquake has struck Japan's northeast coast, triggering tsunami warnings and evacuations for about 90,000 people. Trains are suspended and injuries reported, though no issues at nuclear plants. The government has launched emergency rescue and relief operations. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
This holiday season, let Kirk Market do the roasting so you can do the hosting. Visit in-store or shop online and order your traditional family feast, complete with classic roasted turkey and ham, all the tasty sides and trimmings. Let the chefs at Kirk Market be your holiday helpers so you can spend less time in the kitchen. Order online at kirkmarket.ky or visit in-store today. And don't forget to visit the florist at Kirk Market to find the perfect centerpiece for your table. There's no place like Kirk Market for the holidays.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Let's take a quick look at the weather. It's 86 degrees in Georgetown, feels like 93, and the wind is out of the southeast at 6 knots with humidity of 64%, and the forecast calls for partly cloudy skies straight through into the night. Forecast for east to southeast winds at 5 to 10 knots, and seas are running 1 to 3 feet. We do have a caller that's been waiting for us. So let's go straight to the phone lines. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yes, Mr. Glidden.
Hi.
I was trying to get hold of Delmira before the show finished, but it didn't work. I hope that she's listening. I just want to offer a few packs off the tarpaulin that she could probably use up in East End. So if she's listening, she can get in touch with me.
Okay. All right.
I'm quite sure she'll be able to find me.
Okay.
Or ask somebody.
She might be hearing you because I think she might still be just outside here in the hallway, and we have the program playing.
Mm-hmm. So you have anybody coming on now?
No, it's open line. What else is on your mind?
Mr. Glidden, today is just Monday. And if you see the garbage that is in residence yard and tenant yard for a Monday, it is unbelievable. These little baby bags that they're using to put the garbage in.
You mean the little shopping bags?
Yes.
The grocery store?
If I was part of that environmental health garbage truck come and pick up, I would tell my co-workers, let's go on a strike until people learn to put their garbage in a proper bag, a proper bin, before we come out here and pick up the mess that these people is leaving at their, I would call it their front door, because right in front of the house where the garbage is located. And the garbage has just about everything in those garbage out there that they're just using the cornflakes box to put garbage in. They're using the grocery bags to put garbage in. We need to put some restrictions on these homes and these landlords in regards to their garbage. Because, Mr. Glidden, if we is in the 90,000 of people now and look at 100,000, you imagine garbage is going to be on the roadside waiting to be picked up once a week?
Yeah.
They got to do something better than this, man. And I'm sick and tired of people talking about, well, you know, England's like this, and you know, this is like that, and that. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody other country with the garbage. I am talking about my island. We got to do better than this.
Well, sometimes even when people are given a proper garbage bin, like the project that they had in Prospect Park, you know, they gave out these really nice garbage bins on wheels with a good lid and everything and a good size. You know, people still don't use them properly. You know, you'll see them just throw things down by the bin, you know, instead of opening it up and putting it inside.
Because they don't care, and it does the same thing with the rentals. Whenever they rent anywhere, they take it and dog it up and mash it up. One deposit cannot rebuild an apartment or a house that these people are mashing up. And people need to go and check their places every 3 months and see what is going down, because if they don't go and check it, they murder in the middle of the night and owe you your rent and go your place mash up and put all the garbage loosely out by the garbage bin. They are ridiculous. I mean, like a bunch of jealous situation going on here because I can't control you. I'm going to do this. We need some restrictions and some serious restrictions on this island.
But I think you're right. It's like some people, they just don't care. You know, they'll just throw the garbage down, and then a dog comes and tears it up. And
yes, and you know, the people who walk on a dog, the very few that takes it and throws it in people's garbage bin, makes it even worse. And if they don't pick it up, it leaves it right down if you're walking on the side of the road. I mean, what is going on in Cayman? These people is sick, and every 4 years we're going to the election to elect people, and we are still living like this. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's not everybody, but it's a lot of people, yeah.
But everybody got to pay for it. Everybody pay the price. Everybody got to pay the price. Boy, you know something? Mr. Glidden, let me get this phone. And I got a lot more I could talk about, but right.
By the way,
yes.
You remember we were talking about the nice workers?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this morning coming in from Prospect Park, I saw a rather large group of people out there by Red Bay School,
Mm-hmm.
And then they went on over, well, there's a little slide off road there where you go to the roundabout right there by Red Bay
Right.
School. Then there was another group down that road that connects to the. I counted like about 30 people,
Mr. Glidden,
all
Mr. Papa,
working in this same area.
the same spot. And my brother called a couple days ago to the amount that he saw, and the amount that I saw going east just 2 days ago. So what I'm saying is it needs to spread them out better than that. They do needs to be in that big group. It is uncalled for. And those guys that they got out here cleaning, they needs to take them and survey them and see who is able and willing and wants to go and work, and they get a program going on to do all the government schools. They got a daily job, go from 7 in the morning to about 4 o'clock. They got a guaranteed job. There's nothing ever to do with it. You can come out here and sit in the hot sun and pull a little bush and get a good little dollar. You can go at the John Gray School, or the West Bay School, Northside School, any school. And I just hope that the Minister for Mr. J.E. Banks will consider looking into these guys that they got working now and get them organized.
Well, they say that's what they're going to do, try to get them permanent jobs.
Yes, but where? That's the thing, where? And they already got a decent job for them to go to, a guaranteed job, and I'm quite sure they'll get medical and vision and dental if they go and work under the government and go and work on these schools and take away some of these so-called businesses that we're bringing in here and work permits and give our own locals the job. Test our locals with 1 or 2 of the work permit guys, and if they're doing a good job, well, you tell the company we no longer need your service because in my K-Manion can do the job. But the K-Manion got to want the job too and just don't go when he feel like. He got to get them got the 5 days a week.
That's the thing.
Saturday and Sunday.
That's the thing.
Saturday and Sunday. The schools are closed on Saturdays and Sundays and holidays. So they're going to still have time to come out here and act the fool when they're ready. You understand?
You see,
So
I find it hard to believe that all of those people couldn't find some kind of employment. I mean, if they're willing to rake up,
we don't know where they come up from.
we don't know
who they are. We don't know where they come up from, and we don't know who they are. And I got a strong belief there's a few out there that has a job and took a vacation to come out here to get this couple of dollars.
actually $10 an hour.
There's nothing wrong with it, but they needs to take them and monitor them and see who's fit to put into these jobs that they can create through the school system, and let them do our schools. Let them keep the road on a regular basis too. But then again, we got to make sure that the lawnmen got this stuff covered properly, because when they are driving, their stuff is blowing off, and that is not right. That is deadly wrong. If we're going to have guys clean our street and they're going to drive through and let their stuff blow off for our guys to pick up, or even Mr. Glidden, sometimes I stop in the middle of the road and pick up limbs and pick up buckets. I pick up a mattress some years ago and throw it over one fence going up east. Can you imagine?
You're a good citizen.
Then police crossed me. Police crossed me and slowed down, and when he saw the mattress right over the railing, he just kept on driving. I said, boy, he was a big help. It was a twin mattress. It was a twin mattress on the Linford Pleasant Highway that I stopped and threw over the rail. And police came up at the same time, slowed down, and saw the mattress right over and went about the business. Can you imagine? I'm a woman, and I'm there fighting with a twin mattress on the road.
Yeah, a mattress can be an awkward thing to, maneuver.
Yeah, people just doing a lot of foolishness on our streets, and where are the police officers? They need to take those lights off of the top of the cars. And the people of these islands need to stop flashing people, telling them that they're up the top of the road. They need to stop that, because they claim that police not doing nothing. And when they come out here, then Tom, Dick, and Harry flashing down Mary, Jack, and Harry, making them know police up the top of the road. So how you expect to keep the island in order if you can warn them in advance? Warn?
Well, I don't know. It has something to do with police presence, that their presence can be seen. I don't know.
That's foolishness.
That's the idea behind it, from what I understood when they started doing that.
Take them lights down. Take them lights down. That's what you do.
You want stealth police. So they could. You want stealth police, so the criminals can't see them coming, right?
That is right. And no siren blowing either. Just keep up on the backside, like they did many years ago. But let me tell you something. Like I say, it doesn't make sense to go back and cry over spoiled milk. We did have some good officers. The ground ranking, we're talking about it this morning. We had top one police officers from some of the islands and our local police officers. But it is a shame that they had to retire or whatever took place for them not to be in the force no more. I'm quite sure they served their time. They did a good job. But what we got now and what is coming,
I'm sure we got some good officers on there right now too.
We got one or two, but they can take that one or two and put with the new ones that come in and corrupt them. Mr. Glidden, you have a good day too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Bye.
And looking at some news releases here in the Radio Cayman's news page online, I see the Cayman Islands now has its own branded Cayman Islands building code. This all it was presented at what was this? The Cayman Islands welcomed the International Code Council, the board of directors for its December 2025 board meeting, and some ministers were there. The Honorable Gary Ruddy, Deputy Premier, Minister for Planning, Lands, Agriculture, Housing, and Infrastructure, the Honorable J.E. Banks. And this was at the International Code Council Board Dinner. And the ministry received the first branded Cayman Islands building code. They're saying that this is a milestone in the Cayman Islands, long-standing relationship with the ICC, which began back in 1994 through the Southern Building Congress International. And so this is a code specific to the Cayman Islands. This is the first branded Cayman Islands building code represents a significant step forward for our islands, Minister Ebanks said. It reflects years of collaboration, technical work, and shared commitment to building a safe and strong Cayman Islands. We're grateful to the ICC for its continued guidance as we prepare our islands for the future. So we have our Cayman branded building code. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Oh, I have to take a break first. Okay. We'll be right back.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
At Mise en Place & Co., it's more than food. It's tradition rising from the bake shop. It's community coming together at the Barista Cafe. It's time back for the things you love with Boxed. It's knowing they'll eat well because of Yum. It's memories being made with Mise en Place events, and it's a moment shared over a slice of Gino's pizza. Because everything we make, from our kitchens to your table, is made right here in Cayman. Explore Mise en Place & Co.'s family of brands at miseenplace.ky.
Freedom, Cayman Brac. freedom, little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money Transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and I do think we have a caller on the line. Good afternoon, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Glidden. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in, taking one day at a time.
Oh, I hear you.
Not that mobile, but I'm still here.
Well, that counts for a lot.
Yeah, Mr. Glidden, bear with me a little minute. Hearing Cayman got a lot of issues. Plenty of issues. Government is doing what they can do, but the companies on the island can help the people here as well. About this nice program.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people calling and say, well, I see this pile of them standing up here, piling up. What I understand from some of them, they are in different areas of the island, but it depends on the work that they got, because some of them are finished before the others that so they just go across and keep their company with them. So that might be what sometimes, we like to judge, but we don't know the story, And I've been hearing them complaining about the workers. Now, many of them are very talented, and I'm talking about the Caymanians. They are very talented, but
What, in skills?
get a steady job. They can't get a steady job.
Well, you say that you know that. What I mean, why can't they get a steady job?
Mr. Glidden, wow, I don't know what kind of question that would you ask.
Well, I'm asking. I mean, you said they can't. They can't.
You don't have no idea?
I'm trying to have a conversation.
Okay. Well, you know as well, but I mean, you're the talk show host, so. But the foreigners are the ones that come in here and get the job because they work for less. That is simple. And I mean, the school children in Africa know that. And that's happening in other parts of the world as well. But they came in and they cannot work for what somebody come from another country, another third world country work for. It's impossible. So I'm sad to say that, but Caymanians themselves are hiring cheap labor, and then when the work is not done to standard, then they want to call the Caymanians and still beat them down.
So, are you saying they are willing to work below minimum wage?
When I used to work, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And I used to always tell people I can do the job for this. And when they say, well, blah, blah, I say, well, you know what you do? If you can get somebody cheaper than me, I understand. Go ahead and get them. But when the work is not up to the quality that you want, please don't call me. That is the situation in the island. But I know plenty of them are very qualified carpenters, contractors, artists, and they can't get a job for themselves. Because even if they try to get a job, with any company. The company is focusing and catering more for the foreign labor, so they're going to bully and pressure and do all kind of. I was in the building for years in this island. I come from the whole old school, the Archies, all of them folk, the Russells, all of those people that knew work, Burke McLean, all of those people, the Jimmy Powell, all of those people. So these people that are saying that they're contractors, now they all got on yellow jackets. They come and they hurry up the work. And then once they get the money and they send it off to their country, they don't mind. So that
well,
is
doesn't the Contractors Association have a wage scale going from laborer to
don't mean nothing.
skilled people?
I called 2 companies this week. Just call them, ask them some questions, and they said, we got side men that work for us that, you can use them and don't use our prices. You get me where I'm coming from? I know you know these things, but I don't have no problem to voice my opinion. I'm born here and I die here. So, and I'm not in the work business anymore. I'm old now. I'm in the departure area. But the part with that is the government could look at these people that are in the NICE program, get all their information. What are you interested in doing?
Well, they say that that's what they're going to do. Basically, is to try and get them trained up or put in a program where they can become employed full time.
Yeah, but Mr. Glidden, many of them don't need no training program. I know what I'm saying. Many of them Caymanians and they are well qualified, but they don't get the opportunity. And a lot of them want to work on their own because they know what quality work they can do. And when they go work for the company tell them do it this way, and the Caymanian know that it's not the right way. So that's the problem. We got plenty of issues. But what I'm saying is that the government could, Mr. Glidden, how long now that this new government been in office?
Well, since May.
May, June, July.
Less than a year.
7 months. Okay. What I'm saying, sir, get information from these people that are working for the NICE program and ask them what is their skills, because I know many of them are there and they're well qualified. And
that's what they're going to do. That's that was when they announced that the program was on again. They said that they didn't want to just do it for Christmas. They want to be able to employ these people or have those people be able to find employment, 12 months a year.
Yeah, and you know what? Some time ago, every school had their gardener permanently, and that was a straight job for some of them. They used to take care of the school, the grounds, and they also would keep eye on the children that are doing something wrong, and they could report it. So it's not only a gardener, it's not the job, It's the honesty. You're making a honest living, But it's a lot of talk and no action. That's what is happening now. Plenty of talk and no action. Because the part that I learned, if you're going to say, yeah, I'm going to do something, it don't have to take you 2 years, 3 years to do it. You just do it and deal with it and get it up the way. But that's my 2 cents. But I mean, it's a lot of issues we got in the Cayman Islands, and we only addressing the ones that is important. And the important ones would be the ones for the foreigners that is important. the one for the locals and not imported. So that's
Well, my brother, thank you so much for the call.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You know you're always welcome to express yourself here. Well, that's it for our talk today. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for those who gave us a call. I'm Charles Glidden. Have a great afternoon.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.